Thank you for starting your week with us. Welcome to ARIRANG News Break. I'm Han-daeun in Seoul. We begin with Korea-Mongolia summit talks held over the weekend. President Park Geun-hye and her Mongolian counterpart agreed on the need to strip North Korea of its nuclear weapons and encourage the regime to take the path to peace. The leaders also vowed to boost bilateral trade and investment. Song Ji-sun files this report from Ulaanbaatar.
As a nation with diplomatic relations with both Koreas, Mongolia can play an important role in Seoul's drive to denuclearize North Korea. At summit talks in Ulaanbaatar Sunday, President Park Geun-hye and her Mongolian counterpart reaffirmed their initiative for a nuclear-free Korean peninsula, vying to continue joint efforts for peace and stability in the region.
앞으로도 저는 지역 안정에 가장 큰 위협 요인이 되는 북한의 핵 개발 등 각종 도발에 대응해 나가는 데 있어서 몽골 측과 계속 긴밀히 협력해 나가고자 합니다.
The two countries have agreed to cooperate in denuclearizing the Korean peninsula and ensuring peace and security in the region. We will continue those efforts on the international stage and within the United Nations.
The two sides also took a step toward free trade. To further strip back trade barriers, the two leaders agreed to begin discussions for an economic partnership agreement, a pact similar to an FDA, which helps boost trade and investment. Seoul will also seek to take part in Mongolia's infrastructure projects, which are currently estimated to be worth $4.5 billion. The 14 projects include power plants, grid systems, and renewable energy development. Seoul will also share its telemedicine technologies to help Mongolians living in remote areas. President Park also vowed to expand culture and people-to-people exchanges for a stronger bilateral relations going forward and to share Korea's experiences to contribute to Mongolia's development. Song Ji-sun, ARIRANG News, Ulaanbaatar.
The chief policymakers of Korea's three main political parties and Finance Minister Yoo Il-ho will meet this morning to outline their proposal for a multi-billion-dollar supplementary budget bill. Minister Yoo, the Saenuri Party's Kim Kwang-nim, the Minju Party's Byun Jae-il, and the People's Party's Kim Sung-sik will meet at the National Assembly to share ideas on the path of the budget proposal, which could be submitted to Parliament by the end of this month. On Sunday, the People's Party representative told reporters that the common keyword from each of the parties last month was the social inequality in Korea, and said they also plan to discuss alternative measures on the issue at the meeting. The international community is urging Turkey's president to refrain from using last week's coup attempt as an excuse to launch a bloody crackdown on its political enemies. Several thousand people, including military personnel and judges, have already been thrown in jail. Hwang Ho-jun has the latest on the troubled nation.
Around 6,000 people have been arrested since Friday's coup attempt, and government officials are saying the plotters will be tried for treason. Addressing his supporters in a speech broadcast on national TV, Turkey's president called for the reinstatement of the death penalty, saying there should be no delay.
My brothers, as the state and the government, we hear your demand. We cannot ignore this demand. In democracy, whatever people say, it is done.
Turkey abolished the death penalty in 2004. Erdogan is also demanding the U.S. extradite Fethullah Gulen, an Islamic cleric currently living in Pennsylvania in a self-imposed exile for more than a decade, whom he believes is the mastermind behind the coup attempt. With the possibility of a political bloodbath looming, the international community is urging Turkey to keep calm and protect the rule of law and democracy. Hwang Ho-jun, ARIRANG News.
More violence against the police in the United States. 3 police officers have been shot dead in Baton Rouge in Louisiana. Officers say they don't yet know the motive for the shooting nor whether there's any connection to the shooting by police of an African-American man earlier this month. Kim Mo-gyun has more on that.
2 of the dead were Baton Rouge police officers, the other an East Baton Rouge Parish Sheriff's Office deputy. One of the injured is said to be in critical condition. The African-American gunman killed in the shootout has been identified as 29-year-old Gavin Eugene Long of Kansas City. He was armed with an assault rifle and wearing a mask and black fatigues. Officials say Long is believed to have been the only gunman, despite earlier reports saying 2 others were still at large. The shootings occurred on Sunday at around 9 a.m. local time, less than 2 kilometers from the Baton Rouge Police Department headquarters, where hundreds were arrested earlier this month while protesting the death of Alton Sterling. Sterling was shot dead by law enforcement officers on July 5th. His death has sharply heightened racial tensions in Baton Rouge. Officials say the motive for Sunday's shootings is unclear. The governor of Louisiana, John Bel Edwards, said the gunman committed an unspeakable attack, adding that the hatred has got to stop. President Obama condemned the murders, calling the attack cowardly and reprehensible. Obama pledged his full support to the Baton Rouge Police Department and promised that justice will be done. Kim Mo-kyan, ARIRANG News.
Korean-born New Zealander Lydia Ko has yet another LPGA title under her belt, winning the Marathon Classic in Ohio. The world #1 closed with a 2-under-69 at Highland Meadows to finish at 14 under with Korea's Mirim Lee and Thailand's Aria Jutanagarn after the regulation 72 holes. Ko went on to win, sinking a decisive putt in a 4-hole playoff to seal her 4th LPGA Tour victory of the season. With the victory, the 19-year-old retains her #1 ranking and remains on top of the LPGA Tour money list with over $2.2 million. And that does it for now. Keep it tuned to ARIRANG for more domestic and global news updates throughout the day. Thank you for watching.